Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind, and welcome to Khan Global Studies. I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening, everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. Now, last day I have asked one question from all of you that how we can ensure this equal development or equality in development within India. And second question was also about this, that how we can actually increase the per capita income of India. So these two questions were there. Now some of you have given the answer for it, but many of you have not given the answer. So tell me about this first. How we can increase the per capita income of our nation. Second question, how we can ensure the equal distribution of the developmental achievements. There are two questions in here. Yes, good evening, everyone. So we have got two questions here. One is just about this part, like one is about this part, that how we can ensure more per capita income for India. Second part is this, how we can ensure that there is equitable distribution of this developmental achievements. Good evening. So answer me this. Till then, I am telling you the topics of the day. First topic which we are going to discuss today is about electric vehicle import policy. So this is from the economy. This is from the economy section, electric vehicle import policy. Like government has decided to bring down the import duty for electric vehicles. What does that mean? What will be the benefit and all? We are going to talk about that. Second part is S400 system. It is part of your defense technology. Okay. It is part of science and tech, defense technology. Okay. Third topic is with respect to polity, which is about precedent rule. How the precedent rule is imposed. What are the fallouts? What are the articles with respect to this? What is the constitutional provision? And what the judiciary has to say about this. The fourth topic which we are going to talk about is from the environment plus economy. You can take it environment plus economy. Okay. What we see that there is a heat wave, and heat wave is impacting labor productivity in India. So from that angle, we are going to talk about the heat wave and the labor productivity. The fifth topic we are going to take about is from a case study. And this one is one of the most interesting topic which we will discuss at the last. Okay. We will discuss that at the end of the session. There is a special news article in the Hindu today. It is with respect to one of the states of India. Okay. In one of the states of India, there is a place. The name of the place is Pakistan Tola. So now there is a demand that the name of this place must be changed. So we will talk about this one issue also. Okay. So this is one thing. Yes. So tell me. Investment in, okay, 2026 aspirants can also watch this. Yes, of course. Yeah, you can watch it. This is for 2025 aspirants also. Those who are going for mains, and even for 26 aspirants also. Targeted policies for marginalized people, education and skill development, economic opportunity and employment, sustainable development, public-private partnership, and decentralized governance. Okay, quite like good list. I would say rather that you have covered almost all the portion. So see, whenever I am giving you those tasks, try to think about this, and you may get a question on this at any point of time. Poverty plus malnutrition and all other things. There may be a question on all this aspect at any point of time. So try to keep on connecting the dots. Try to see that how you can connect one topic with other topics. So this is one requirement for all of you. Okay. Yes, 3,000 rupees per person. That also can be one of the method. But that can be very much a burden on the state exchequer, on the government's exchequer, but yes, it is one of the method which is also used. Okay. So let us start with some practice questions first. Consider the following pairs: inactivated vaccine, Covaxin; live attenuated vaccine, Covishield; mRNA vaccine, Moderna. How many pairs given above are correctly matched? This is one of the topic which we have discussed in the previous session. We have discussed about this, the types of vaccines and their example. Government appreciate to new startups. Yes. Yes, of course, Shaheen. Yes, many of, I have told you that in the beginning itself, that many of you have given good answers in the comment box. Yes, many of you have given answer. I was asking from those people who have not given answer. So one option, option B, option C. See, when we talk about inactivated vaccine, it is of course Covaxin. That is correct. Live attenuated vaccine, Covishield is not an example. We have seen Covishield is a viral vector, okay, viral vector vaccine, and in this we are using the spike gene. We are using the spike gene in case of Covishield. In case of mRNA vaccine, of course, Moderna vaccine is a mRNA vaccine. So only two is going to be correct here. The second one is incorrect. In case of Covishield, we have seen that it is a spike gene viral vector vaccine. So that answer here will be option number B. Now look at this second question. India is the fourth most developed nation of the world. India is going to become the fourth largest economy of the world by 26 in terms of market rate exchange. In terms of that, now you have to tell the answer based on these statements. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct, and statement 2 explains statement 1. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct, but statement 2 does not explain statement 1. Statement 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect. 1 is incorrect, 2 is correct. So this is question number 2. India is the fourth most developed nation of the world. India is going to become the fourth largest economy of the world by 2026 in terms of market rate exchange. No, Sachin, due to some reasons I could not go. Okay, so what will be answer here? This is question number 2. This is question number 2. India is the fourth most developed nation. Second is saying India is going to become the fourth largest economy of the world by 26 in terms of market rate exchange. So which one will be correct? D option. Yes, I think most of the people are going. See, India is the fourth largest economy, not the fourth most developed nation. This one is incorrect. Second one is correct, but that by 226-25, India is projected to become the fourth largest economy of the world. The second option is correct. Statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2 is correct. India is the one of the largest economy, but India is not a developed nation. Development incorporates many other things also, like life expectancy, human development index, quality of life. Many other things are included in terms of development. So India is not among the developed nation. India is becoming the fourth largest economy of the world. Okay. So here the answer is D option. Consider the following statements regarding Indian economy. The agriculture sector provides highest level of employment in India. Service sector contributes least to the employment in Indian economy. The average life expectancy in India has remained constant since 2000. So this is question number 3. This is question number 3 with respect to Indian economy. Now this is one interesting question about the market rate exchange. Market rate exchange means the normal dollar rate. Like normally you see about the dollar rate that today suppose it is 85 rupees or 87 rupees. So that is the market rate exchange. So D option, B option. See, agriculture sector provides highest level of employment in India. You know that it is correct, near about 43%. So that one is correct. All of you know that. Second is saying that service sector contributes least to the employment in Indian economy. Now, if you look at this, if we are talking about the service sector, you know that the service sector is giving around 31% employment. Manufacturing sector, it is giving around 25%. So manufacturing sector is the third number. Second number is service sector. So service sector is the second major employer in the country right now. Okay. Service sector accounts for near about 31%. So it is the second major employer. So it says second option is correct. The average life expectancy in India has remained constant since 2000. That is also incorrect. Although we have not increased it too much, but from around 60, we have come to 72. So it has been increasing. So this third option is also incorrect. The answer here will be only one. The answer here is going to be only one. So I guess in this question, it was a little bit more difficult. Many wrong answers here. You have to see the graph. You have to see the graph from time to time. The last one session which we have done, in which we have discussed the different dimensions of Indian economy, the graphs which we have seen there, that is very crucial. From there, you are getting information about Human Development Index also. From there, you are getting the information about life expectancy ratio also. You are getting information about college level enrollment level, the contribution of different sectors of economy in terms of employment, the per capita, the GDP per capita, the GDP in PPP terms, the GDP in market rate exchange. Okay. So all these informations were there in the last session. Okay. Now, we are starting with this one topic, electric vehicle, okay, electric vehicle import policy. So let's look at the news first. Center has said that it will allow import of electric vehicle at 15% to promote domestic manufacturing. Okay. So now what we are seeing that, like government has said that they are going to allow the import of foreign electric vehicles. Okay. And that too at a reduced tariff of only 15%. But there are certain terms and conditions. Okay. What has been said by the government? Government has said that electric vehicle may be imported from outside at 15% duty. So that is one thing which government has said, that electric vehicle may be imported from outside, complete vehicle can be imported from outside at 85%. Okay. But there are certain terms and conditions. Earlier this import duty was about 70 to 100%. The import duty was as high as 70 to 100%. That was the import duty earlier. So now government has said that we are going to do this. We are going to allow this import of the electric vehicles at a duty of only 15%. But terms and conditions apply. There are certain terms and conditions. The first terms and condition is that they will have to invest 4,150 crore rupees in local electronic vehicle manufacturing. Okay. Investment. There is a requirement of investment of rupees 4,150 crore in local electric vehicle manufacturing. Means, although we will allow the companies to get their EVs from outside, but they have to start local manufacturing here. And manufacturing, this manufacturing, it must start within 3 years. Within 3 years. Means they will have to start this manufacturing within 3 years in India. So that is two terms and condition. First is they will have to invest 4,150 crore rupees in India for local electric vehicle manufacturing. Second thing which we see here is that these electric vehicle manufacturing units, they have to become operational within 3 years. Okay. At the same time, there are other terms and conditions. The third term and condition is minimum value of vehicle. It has to be $35,000. Okay, so it has to be $35,000. Okay. So minimum value will be like this. So it is going to be a high-end vehicle. It is going to be not just the normal 3 lakh or 4 lakh rupees vehicle. It will be those vehicles which will be at a higher price. Okay. Like the total price of the vehicle, it may be reaching something around 26-27 lakh rupees. Okay, or even more. The price of the vehicle may be something around 25 to 30 lakhs in between that, the minimum price. Okay. At the same time, there is a limit on the quantity. That is 8,000 unit per year. There is a limit on the quantity also, that is going to be 8,000 electric vehicles per year. If they want to get more electric vehicles, they will have to pay higher import duty. They will have to pay this higher import duty also. So these terms and conditions have been imposed on import of the electric vehicles from outside. Okay. So this is one of the policy which we see, that government has come with this one policy on electric vehicles. How this is going to benefit? How this is going to benefit us? First thing which we will see that it will lead to promotion of EV, promotion of electric vehicle. Second thing which we will see that it is also going to boost local manufacturing plus employment. It is going to boost local manufacturing plus employment. And third thing is reduced carbon footprint. Reduced carbon footprint. So these all things which we can see here, that when we are allowing the electric vehicles from outside to come to India, there are certain benefits. These benefits can be in form of promotion of electric vehicles in India. We are trying to have that. We have this national electric vehicle mobility plan. Okay. Then we also see this local manufacturing. It will also be promoted. Employment generation will be there. The third important part is it will also reduce the carbon footprint. So these three benefits can be there. Can you tell me what will be the challenges? Can you tell me what will be the possible challenges over here? Anyone? Can you tell me what can be the possible challenges? Can you tell me this part, that what can be the possible challenges due to this? Any idea? Service sector is high in GDP contribution, not more in employment, but agriculture. Yes, we have seen that. We have seen that part. Okay. More import, lithium ion, installation of charging stations, lack of budget, policy, manufacturing. Yes. So when we talk about the electric vehicle, the first thing which we can see it, challenge for domestic EV industry. That is one of the challenge. Okay. The second challenge which we may see is that it may have like the lithium impact on environment. That is also one of the challenge. The third thing which we will see here, that when we are importing the vehicles from outside, we have seen in the past that Indian vehicles or others, they have been rejected by customers. There have been acceptance of the foreigner ones. Okay. So that is one of the problem, that manufacturing it may be lost, manufacturing may be down. Okay. Technology, what we see, that technology loss, because we will not be working on improving new types of vehicle. Then dependency on, yes, of course, dependency on rare earth, that will also be there. Okay. So electric vehicles have all these challenges. Charging infra, that will also be a situation. Rare earth elements, that is also a challenge. So these are certain challenges also which we see with case of electric vehicle as well. Okay. So while we are allowing the import of electric vehicle, they are also having certain challenges. Okay. So this is the first part about electric vehicle. Now coming to the second topic. The second topic is from the defense sector. It is from the defense sector. And it is about S400 system. So I think in May 2025, you all may have heard a little bit about S400 system. I think all of you may have heard about this S400 system, that how this is called as the, it has been called as the Sudarshan Chakra. It has been given many such names during this Operation Sindoor. Okay. So if we talk about the S400 system, what do we know about this? Can you tell me, what do you know about this S400 system? Like, what are its special features? It is an air defense system, that we know. But what are the special features of this S400 system? One thing we know, it is surface to air missile defense system. Missile defense system. It is surface to air missile defense system. If we talk about the range of this, its range can be even up to like 500-600 kilometers, but normally up to 400 kilometers it can easily go. Okay. So if we talk about the range of this, if we range up to 400 kilometers, if we talk about the altitude on which it can destroy, the altitude, if we talk about the altitude on which it can destroy, it can be 10 meter to around 30 kilometer. Okay. So 10 meter to 30 kilometer, in that altitude, it can destroy any type of incoming threats. It can be missiles, it can be drones, it can be fighter jets. So all these things can be destroyed by the S-400 system. Okay. So that is its capacity. When we talk about this, it is going to it is powerful enough to neutralize all type of threats. Okay. Like capacity, ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, UAVs, then fighter jets. These all things can be destroyed using this S-400 system. Now the most interesting part, rather you can say the most dynamic part of this is the speed. The speed of these missiles. The speed of these missiles can be 17,000 kilometer per hour. That is 14 Mach. Okay. So its speed can be up to 17,000 kilometer per hour or up to 14 Mach. So that can be the speed of this S-400 system. It can be that much powerful. Okay. If we talk about this, it can engage up to 36 threats at once. Okay. It can simultaneously track up to 300 targets and simultaneously engage 36 targets. So that is the capability of it. Okay. So it can engage multiple such things. It can engage multiple such things in one single time. That is the capacity of S-400 system. At the same time, if you look at this, it can be like it is mounted on a vehicle. It is mounted on a vehicle, and while it is moving also, it can become operational just within 5 minutes. And when it is on a standby mode, it can become operational in just 30 seconds, 35 seconds. Okay. So what we see that the time taken for deployment is 5 minutes, but from standby, it can become operational in only 35 seconds. And even when it is moving also, it can be deployed within 5 minutes. Okay. So that is the capability of S-400 system. It is capable of doing a 360-degree surveillance. Okay. At the same time, it is equipped with different missiles. It is also equipped with different missiles like NM96E, range is 120 kilometer. Then 48 N6E2, range is 200 kilometer. 40 N6E, range is 400 kilometer. So what we see that 4 types of missiles are there. 4 types of missiles range from 120 kilometer to 400 kilometer. So that is the range of this S-400 system. So S-400 system is not having just one type of missile system. In fact, it is having 4 different type of missile systems. And it is one of the most advanced air defense system of the world. India has decided to acquire 5 squadrons, 5 such units of this S-400 system. 3 of them has been delivered to India. 2 more is going to be delivered by 2026. Okay. That is one part, that we have got 3 squadrons or 3 units of, like, one squadron consists of 2 batteries and 6 launchers. So there are 12 launchers in one squadron, then we are getting around 5 different squadron. So it will be 60 different launchers which will be there. Okay. So these all things are there. Mach is, yes, what we see when we talk about the Mach, 1 Mach is equal to speed of sound. 1 Mach is equal to speed of sound in air. 1 Mach is equal to speed of sound in air. Why India refused to use foreign made product? We all use many foreign products. By what challenge when it comes to vehicle? No, it's not about the vehicles. See, it is not just about the vehicles. Vehicles represent a significant portion. Like India is one of the largest user of the vehicles. Indian automobile sector is one of the major sector in our economy. If we are going for import of foreign vehicles, the challenge will be that our local manufacturing sectors, they will be impacted. And in automotive sector, in automobile sector, there is employment of large number of people. So a number of jobs will be lost, a number of manufacturing units will be gone. So that is the challenge. So since this sector is very important for our economy, that's why we are trying to have more and more reliance in this sector. Okay. Plus, like again, if you look at this, the electric vehicles and others, now this is not something which companies accept and all, but many of them are coming with GPS data and all other things. These datas are being transported to different locations. Now the electric vehicles which are coming, many of them are using AI system now. Their data is also going to be stored outside of India. So we have a concern with that also, that how the data with respect to navigation, with respect to the use of vehicles and others, how that data is being processed, how that data is being stored. So that is one of the emerging challenge also. Okay. So why we are not doing? One part is of course economy, the employment, the manufacturing, the contribution to GDP. The second part is there are many upcoming challenges also. That's why we don't allow it. I hope that is clear. And especially like Tesla has not been allowed. Why Tesla has been not allowed? Tesla only wants to sell their vehicles in India. They don't want to manufacture it here. They want only to sell their product in India. They don't want to manufacture anything in India. So this is second topic, S400 system. Now, coming to the third topic, the precedent rule. So this is one topic from polity. This is one topic from polity. Can you tell me what are the provisions of our constitution which provides for imposition of precedent rule? What provisions are there which is providing for precedent rule? When we say precedent rule, it simply means that the elected government of a state is like suspended, or sometimes it is terminated, and the state comes directly under the rule of president or the center government. Okay. Precedent rule means the rule by the central government. So when precedent rule is applied, it means the state, the government of that state, it has been suspended or terminated, and the power to rule that state has been transferred to the central government or to the president. Now president, with the help of governor, rule that state. Okay. So what we see that there are certain constitutional provisions for this. Can you tell me what are those provisions? Anyone? Can you tell me what are those provisions which are enabling, which are like providing this option of precedent rule? What provisions are there? Which articles are there? Anyone? Which article is there? Jai Hind, good evening. No, state emergency and president rule are both the same. They see there is one thing, emergency. There is one thing called as national emergency. National emergency can be imposed even in one particular state. But state emergency is sometimes simply referred to as the president rule. President rule is simply sometimes referred to as the state emergency. Yes, Article 356 and Article 365. Okay. So the president rule is imposed in any state under the Article 356. Okay. So what we see that there is one article, Article 356. Article 356, it provides for imposition of president rule. It provides for imposition of president rule. It provides for imposition of the president rule. But in what condition? If it is a situation where the state government cannot be carried on in accordance with constitution, when the state government cannot be carried on in accordance with the constitution, or there is a breakdown of constitutional machinery, or the state government has failed to act upon the advice of union. So there are three conditions. Okay. First, failure of constitutional machinery. Failure of constitutional machinery. Okay. So this is one part. Okay. When the state government is not able to run the state as per the constitution, when there is a breakdown of constitutional machinery, then it can be imposed. Second thing is failure. If there is a failure to comply with orders of union. So under Article 365, we can see that again there can be imposition of president rule. Okay. So Article 356 says that if the constitutional machinery is breakdown, so then again there can be imposition of president rule. Article 356 can be used as a basis for invoking Article 356. Means if the union has given an order, state government is not implementing that, then in that condition, the union can use Article 356 and can dismiss the government. Okay. But what we see that this declaration or imposition, this imposition of president rule, this imposition of president rule, first what we see that it requires approval from parliament. It requires approval from both houses of parliament. It requires approval from both houses of parliament. At one point of time, it can be extended for a maximum of 6 months. Okay. Like rule for president rule for 6 months or max up to 3 years. Maximum up to 3 years. So in any state, the president rule can be extended for a maximum of 6 months. For a maximum of 6 months. And if we want to extend it, it can be extended for maximum up to 3 years. So every time it has to be extended by 6 months. Every time by 6 months. But there is a limit that you cannot extend it beyond 3 years. You cannot extend it beyond 3 years. So they will require approval after every 6 months. Approval is required after every 6 months. Okay. Now tell me, is it subject to judicial review? Is this one subject to judicial review? if we talk about this, is this subject to judicial review or not? Can judiciary overturn the decision of imposition of precedent rule? If a precedent rule has been imposed, can it be overturned by the judiciary? Just answer this part. Can we remove this precedent rule? Yes. So remember this one part. It is subject to judicial review. Yes. What we see that the precedent rule can be removed by the judiciary. Will it be done by High Court or Supreme Court? Will it be done by the High Court or the Supreme Court? Which one court will be empowered? Which one court will be empowered to overturn this decision of precedent rule? High Court or Supreme Court? Can check grounds of precedential? Yes, of course, after checking it, remember one thing, both High Court and Supreme Court, both High Court and Supreme Court, they can overturn this decision of imposition of precedent rule. So it can be done by High Court also, it can be done by Supreme Court also. So it is not only under the ambit of Supreme Court, it can be done by the High Court also. Okay. So this precedent rule, it is an act of the union, and the act of union can be questioned. It can be questioned by the High Courts also. So High Court can also turn this decision. Yes, SR Bommai case is the most famous case in this regard. In SR Bommai case, in the case of SR Bommai case, Supreme Court said that Article 356, okay, Article 356 can be used only and only when there is a failure of constitutional machinery. If there is a law and order situation, so that cannot be used. If there is a law and order situation, that cannot be used as an option. That cannot be used as an option to remove the government of a state. Okay. So there is a very important case here, SR Bommai case. SR Bommai case. This is of 1994. Here you will find that only Article 356 only if failure of constitutional machinery. Constitutional machinery, not in case of law and order situation. Not in case of law and order situation. Many a times you may have heard this on TV debates that people are saying that in this state law and order situation is not good there, so center should impose precedent rule over there. But remember one this, on the basis of just the question of law and order, the union government is not they have not been given the power. They have not been given the power to impose this precedent rule just because of law and order situation. So this is one of the most important part. Second thing which was said here, that it is subject to judicial review. It is subject to judicial review. Second thing, it says that parliamentary approval. It also said that this parliamentary approval, it is also mandatory. It is also mandatory. Okay. At the same time, there was one more thing which was said, that you can dismiss the government You can dismiss the government immediately at any point of time, but you cannot dissolve. You cannot dissolve this legislative assembly. Okay. So what was said that no immediate dissolution of state legislative assembly. No immediate dissolution of state legislative assembly. So legislative assembly continues whenever the precedent rule is imposed. So there is no such requirement that if a precedent rule is imposed, then immediately the state legislative assembly will also be dissolved. In SR Bommai case, it was made clear that immediate dissolution of the state legislative assembly should not be done. So these were the main judgments, or these were the main provisions of SR Bommai case with respect to precedent rule. Now just to show you one figure, like how many times Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he said that this Article 356 is supposed to be a dead letter. It is supposed to be a dead letter. But what we see that it has been used more than 120 plus times. It has been used multiple times. Okay. So you can see from the beginning itself, from August 1947 to 1964, it was 8 times. Now see this one regime particularly, the regime of Indira Gandhi here. In the case of regime of Indira Gandhi, you can see January 1966 to March 1977, within 11 years, the precedent rule was imposed 35 times. Then after, in the Morarji Desai government, in just 2 years, in just about 2 years, it was imposed 16 times. Here it took 11 years. 11 years, 35 times precedent rule. 2 years, 16 times precedent rule. Here we see that it is 16 in just 2 years. Then after, again what we see that Indira Gandhi government, 4 years, 15 precedent rule. Okay. So what we see that again we have got 15 precedent rule here, and that too just in 4 years. Then all others you can see, P.V. Narasimha Rao again 11 times, Manmohan Singh from 2004 to 2014 12 times, and from 2014 to 2023, according to Indian Express, it has been imposed 10 times. That from 2014 to 2023, it has been imposed 10 times. Okay. So what we see that the frequency of precedent rule, although it is somewhat on the lower side now, but you can see from 1966 to 1984, in those 18 years, you can see the number, it was like 15 plus 70, around 75 times. In the 18 years, it was imposed 75 times. So that was the time from 1966 to 1984. We have seen 4 prime ministers at that time: Indira Gandhi, Morarji Desai, Charan Singh, and Indira Gandhi again. So during that time, it was done 75 times. Then what we see that, like in the last 20 years, from 2004 to 2024, again we see that it has been imposed 22 times on an average. Okay. So the one which was supposed to be a dead letter is one of the most abused sections of the Constitution. So that is the precedent rule and where it has been used. Yes, सबसे ज़्यादा मणिपुर में, yes, that is correct. That most of the time it has been imposed more than 11 times in Manipur. It has been imposed more than 11 times in Manipur. Okay. So what we see that there are many states which has undergone this state or precedent rule, and the one which was supposed to be a dead letter is one of the most abused provision of Indian Constitution. Okay. Yes. Poonam, I think from today perhaps or from tomorrow, sir will start. Sir is not in Delhi, so that's why he could not take the classes. I think he will come today by evening. So from tomorrow, he will be taking the classes. Okay. Now, coming to the next topic, heat wave. The next topic which we are going to talk about is heat wave and labor productivity. Okay. Yes, that was 11 times. So next topic which we are going to see is heat wave and labor productivity. So now you can see this is the month of June, although in some part of the country there have been massive rain, and especially in the northeastern India, in Sikkim, Manipur, in Assam and various other places, there have been huge flooding situation. Lakhs of people, more than 5 to 6 lakh people are affected in those areas. So what we see that on one hand, in the eastern states of India, in the northeastern states of India, people are suffering from flood. There is huge devastation in Sikkim, Assam and other regions. On the other hand, we see that in other parts of India, there is also the ongoing heat wave. So first of all, let us see that what exactly is the definition of heat wave. What exactly is the definition of heat wave? Okay. So here, first condition is if temperature exceeds 45 degrees Celsius. So in this condition, it will be called as a heat wave. Okay. Or second condition is if temperature is 5 degrees above the normal temperature of a particular region during any particular season, month or time. Like, just to give an example, see the second one, I'm explaining it. Let's say we have Shimla. Okay. Let's say we have Shimla, and let us assume that from 21st May to 31st of May, if the average temperature, let's say 30 degrees Celsius, that we see that the average temperature from 21st to 31st remains at around 30 degrees Celsius. In the previous weeks, in the previous decade, in the previous century, it is roughly around 30 degrees Celsius. But suppose in 2025, it becomes 35 degrees Celsius or 36 degrees Celsius, then we will call that there is a heat wave in Shimla. Why? Because its average temperature was supposed to be 30 degrees Celsius. If average temperature becomes 35 during that particular time, so then also it is going to be called as a heat wave. The first condition is if the temperature exceeds 45 degree at any point of time, at any place, that is a heat wave. But in some regions, if the temperature exceeds 5 degrees Celsius above the normal temperature, that is also something which we call as heat wave. So you have to be clear about this, like the definition of heat wave also. Okay. I hope this one is also clear. I will give you one question, don't worry. At the end of the session, I will give you one question. Now, just to show you the report here, okay, the ILO, it has given a report that 70% of global workers are at risk from excessive heat. Okay. 70% of the global workers, they are at risk of the heat. India has lost $100 billion due to heat induced productivity loss. Okay. Due to heat, many of the people are not able to work. If there is excess heat, many of the people are not able to work. So due to that condition, we have a loss of $100 billion. So that is a huge loss. Like small businesses, informal worker, construction worker, vendors, delivery personnel, they are suffering the most. Those who are working in the AC rooms, of course, they will not suffer. They will think that we have got AC, we have got ice cream, we have got chilled water and all. So they don't have to worry about it. But those people who are working in the streets, those who are working without any such facilities, they are going to face this productivity loss. They are going to face this economic loss. And overall, the country will face this economic loss. Okay. So that is one region. Second part is like the central, northwest, east and north peninsular India, they are getting the most impact. The central India, the northwestern, the eastern and north peninsular India, they are having the biggest impact of heat wave. What we see that 75% of the Indian districts, they are at high risk of heat wave. 76% of Indian population live in 57% high risk districts. Okay. So around 76% of the population is affected due to this heat wave. What we also see that these states are Delhi, Bihar, Maharashtra, Telangana, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh. You can choose your state from here. Anyone from outside of these states where heat wave is not coming, you can tell me, I can shift there. It is Delhi, Bihar, Maharashtra, Telangana, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Anyone from outside these states, just give me the location, I will shift there. Okay. So this is one part, heat waves are there. Then if we talk about what is the impact, we see that there is a loss for the daily wage worker. They are not able to sleep properly. Like when there is too much of heat, when there is too much of heat wave, they will not be able to sleep properly. They will also not be able to recover over the night. Okay. So those who are from Bihar, they are having the same heat wave. West Bengal, okay, West Bengal is one place. Yes, David, from which state you belong? Bihar is already there in heat wave, so no benefit. Punjab, Punjab was not in the list, right? Punjab was not in the list. Madhya Pradesh is here. Madhya Pradesh is also in this heat wave zone. Okay. Nay, Usha, Jeet sir is not taking the class today, I think. Okay. Acha, now your temperature in your area is 45 degree plus. Kerala. Kerala is the God's own country. Means Kerala is the most beautiful state in India. Kerala is the most beautiful state in India. So that is like, it is called as God's own country. Assam is there, yes. Assam is also there. Assam is also like, although flood situation is there, but again, out of the heat wave zone. Article 365 provides that, Article 365 says that if the state is not obeying the orders of union government, then Article 356 can be invoked to impose resident rule over there. Okay. Now, coming to this part, many are not able to sleep at night, they are not able to work. That is the challenge with respect to heat wave. What we see that heat wave is causing huge loss to our economy, huge loss to the labors and all. So that is one of the main challenge with respect to heat waves right now. Some of the states are of course at an advantageous position, but many other states where a significant population is living, they are suffering just because of the heat wave. Okay. In Kerala, the temperature is not very high. That in Kerala, in case of Bangalore, in case of the regions in Tamil Nadu, even some portions of the coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh, the temperature is not very high. It may be humid, but it is not very high. So that is the advantage. Now, coming to another topic which we are going to discuss. This is a part of case study. This is a part of case study. This is an example which you can use. In Kerala, this is again a news from Kerala High Court. So, there were a few people who were approaching the municipal corporation. Now, you know that in India, the acceptability of transgender couples are also increasing. So, in Kerala, what happened that a transgender couple was having a child. The transgender couple was having a child, and when they went to the municipal corporation was having just one type of form. You can either fill mother and father. You have to fill mother and father of the child. But in case of transgender people, they wanted it to be written only as parents. They don't want it to specify as mother or father. They want it to be written as parents. So the municipal corporation in Kozhikode was not doing that. So they have approached the High Court, and the High Court has directed the municipal corporation over there that you have to allow this option of writing parents instead of mother and father. If they don't want it to be written as mother and father, what is the challenge for the municipal corporation? They can change it. They can simply mention it as parents. Okay. So this was one of the case. Okay. So this is about municipal corporation. So High Court of Kerala, okay, Kerala High Court, it has given this order that instead of mother and father, allow use of parents. Okay. So this is one example which you can take there, that we are trying to include, we are trying to make our legal system, we are trying to make our society more and more inclusive, so that the people, the transgender people, can also feel that they are part of the society, they are part of the legal system, they're part of the judicial system, they're part of the country. Okay. So that's why this one reform is there in according to the Kerala High Court. Okay. It has directed to give a new birth certificate, and that birth certificate has to just use parents instead of writing mother and father. So that is one case study which you can do. Okay. So now this judgment is there. Now coming to this one part, there is one more news, and that is from the state of Bihar. Okay. So in Bihar, there is a place which is at a distance of near about 250 kilometers from Patna. It is just at a distance of 250 kilometers from Patna, and there is a locality which is termed as Pakistani Tola. Okay. So there is one such location which has been termed as, they have been given a name, Pakistani Tola. Those who are belonging to Bihar, you may be aware about the concept of Tola. Tola is basically that within a village, there are various sub-localities. Okay. Means within a village, there can be various Tolas. Tolas are the smaller units of village. Okay. The smaller units of village are called as Tola. So in the same manner, in Bihar, there is a Tola, there is a place which has been called as Pakistani Tola. So why the name is there? The name is here because in the time of partition, at the time of partition, many of the people who were here, they have moved towards Bangladesh. many of the people who were living here, they have shifted to Bangladesh. And at the same time, some of the tribal groups, some of the tribal people migrated toward this region. Okay. They have the Santals, they have migrated towards this region and they started living over this area. So now the area is known as Pakistani Tola. Even in official records, it is called as Pakistani Tola. So there have been multiple such attempts at renaming this area, but it has not been successful. So what we see that in case of in today's newspaper, in the Hindu newspaper, there is a special coverage on this. And of course, those people who are reading the Hindu newspaper from Bihar government, they must look at this. They must look at this, that this village, this particular locality requires a change in the name. The people of this locality are saying that the name should be changed. They have also said that you can call it as Birsa Munda Tola or Birsa Nagar. Okay. So there are so many areas where names have been changed. In the last so many years, we have seen that there is name change of many things. Railway stations have been changed. The name of people have been changed. Name of schemes have been changed. Name of trains have been changed. But we have not been able to change the name of a locality. So that is one thing which we see in case of a news from Bihar that has got the coverage in the Hindu. Okay. So that is one awareness part, okay, about Bihar. Pakistani Tola is there. And see, what is the challenge? The name is carrying a lot of challenge for this area. This area is highly flood prone. There is no development in this area. So think about this. This is part of the country, and just because it has been named otherwise, there is no such road over there, there is no such development work taking place over there. So that is a challenge. So there is an immediate need to change the name of this area and also ensure that the development reaches there. Okay. So that's why this one article was there. Okay. It was not known to many people. It is a local area. It is a local area, but yes, that is one good part about the newspapers. That is one good part about the newspapers. Sometimes they bring the issue of local areas. That's why we should have newspapers like this, which can highlight these issues, and then government may take some action on it. Government can change the name of this area. Okay. So that will be all for today. I am giving you one question for mains here. Okay. Do you think that imposition of precedent rule frequently is antithetical to the spirit of Constitution and federalism? Justify your answer. Okay. So this is the question. Do you think that imposition of precedent rule frequently is antithetical to the spirit of Constitution and federalism? Justify your answer. Okay. हाँ विलेज में टोला बोलते हैं, of course. So I hope this is clear to everyone. These were the topics for today. Okay. There is this area, there is no proper road also in this area. Okay. And this one information for you, the Adyan batch, we have a session about it today itself. We are going to start it from 9th of June. Okay. So here we are going to cover the current affairs starting from January 25 till mains 2026. So we are starting with For Adhyan batch 1.0 and 2.0, the classes is going to start from 10th of June. Those who are already in part of 25, this Adhyan batch 1 and 2, for them the classes is going to start from 10th June, and this Adhyan batch 3.0, the new batch for 2026, is going to start from 9th of June. Okay, so that will be all for today. Thank you everyone for watching this. Yes, Megha, that is going to start from 10th. Okay. So thank you everyone. Take care and all the best.